Hey everyone, today we are going to talk about a problem that we all face online, and that is none other than falling for scams. So the term scams is a phrase used to describe a dishonest scheme. It can also be used to describe a fraud. But today we are going to look at specific scams that are found on the internet that any person may encounter in his or her life. Online scams can mainly be found in mobile phones, laptops and desktops, tablets and iPads, and even your television. So now let's look at the most common online scams that can be found on the internet. Scam number 1. Fake tax collection scam. These types of scams are actually one of the most reoccurring scams on the internet. These scammers, whoever they may be, contact you via an email or advertisement saying that they work for the government tax collection agency. They even threaten arrest or heavy fines if you don't cooperate with them. Scam number 2. Phishing scams. Phishing scams are also very common in the online web. These scammers put a mask saying that they are a trusted person such as a banker, service provider, or mortgage company. They do this in order to trick victims into sharing private information that can be used against them. Scam number 3. Fake debt collection scams. Scams are actually very similar to those in the fake tax collection scam section. These scammers post advertisements or email you directly saying that you have outstanding debts that have not been paid. They may also threaten in order to make you pay more. These types of scams are less common but are much more successful. Scam number 4. Employment scam. These types of scams are very common in urbanized and highly commercial cities. These scammers say they're part of a company and want to offer you a high-profile job. They say they need your private information such as banking and living addresses in order to come through with the offer. They use this information collected from multiple different reasons. And finally, scam number 5. Fake tech support scams. The scammer would pop up onto your computer page and inform you that there's a virus or malware on your device. They will then ask you to install an application in order for the problem to go away. However, in reality, there is no such problem, and it is the application that will take your private information and upload malware onto the device. Okay, we have now looked at the different types of online scams. Now let's go into how to avoid these scams. Starting off with tip number 1, spotting the imposters. Scammers usually pretend to be someone you trust. They make themselves look like government officials, family members, a charity organization. Try not to send money or give out personal information in response to an unexpected request, whether it comes as a text, a phone call, or even. Tip number 2, search online. Another great way to make sure you are not getting scammed is to search the keywords within the possible scam. Search names and reviews to see other buyers/victims' responses. Make sure they have gotten what they wanted and no problems were created within the process. And the last tip, don't pay money up front. If on the other side is asking you to pay in advance for something, you are fully aware that the seller/provider is verified. Do not carelessly give highly confidential information as they may use it against you and literally destroy your life. Also make note that whatever you put on the internet stays on the internet. Now let's look at our conclusion and our moral. Number 1, an online scam is a fake deal/scheme to steal private info or money. Number 2, the most popular online scams are tax collection scams, phishing scams, fake debt collection scams, and employment scams. Number 3, in order to avoid scams, try to search the provider's info online, spot if he or she is fake, and never give private money to him or her. Come to the moral of the story. Never share your private information, especially on the web. This is because people on the web can use information that you give them and hurt you both physically and mentally. As we come to the end of this animation, I wanted to thank you guys so much for your attention and appreciation. Stay safe and see you soon. Hope you enjoyed.